Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's Digital Media Sync. I am super excited today because I am kicking off a series that I've actually been wanting to do for quite a while. The New Haven Free Public Library has a whole digital toolbox for businesses and nonprofits. There's many online platforms that are available for people, and I've always kind of wanted to go through a run through, even for myself, because I haven't even tried all the platforms myself. But here at Noon, we have entrepreneur program that's going to be running very soon. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that and about this particular series. But first, as always, I have to do a little bit of admin here. So I am at Known Coworking. We are open. We are here. We are at 139 Orange Street in New Haven on the 4th and 5th floor. And I'm actually up in what used to be called the attic, and I think we're calling it the Media Lab right now. So Known Coworking has day passes, monthly plans, desks, dedicated desks, offices. Our day passes start at $29 a day. And you can also get packs of 5 and 10. Our monthly plans start at $299 a day. And if you go to nhvknown.com, you can get all the information there. We still also have live streaming programs, and we have online networking. So for the live streaming programs, for those of you who may not know, many of you are very familiar with what the programs are. So Known Live has 3 virtual programs, one of them being the Connection Corner, hosted by Barbara Nangle. And this is calling all entrepreneurs, artists, dreamers, and change makers. These are mostly one-on-one conversations with some panels and people who are just doing what they really love and are passionate about. We also have Pivot Talk. So this is where businesses must evolve, answering some of those questions about making really huge changes in your business environment, and really insightful. And then there's this program right here, which I've probably close to 60 of these live streams, and this is Digital Media Sync, your window to the digital communications world. And I've been really excited about the programming that I've been able to curate with business colleagues and partnerships. The last thing I want to talk to you about before we start is that today is the graduation day of our 12 businesses in our Knownpreneur cohort. So Knownpreneurs started in January of 2021, and it is a free 16-week membership and training cohort for minority-owned businesses in the greater New Haven area. The first cohort started January 11th, 2021 and ended on April 30th, 2021, and we still have our 12 businesses that we're in communications with and working with. And one of the things that I really wanted to make sure is that they have the resources that they need, our whole team, including especially our program manager, Sammy Williams of Sam's Word and 628 Digital Design. This free training mentorship program was made possible by the support of CT Next and the New Haven Innovation Collaborative. So if you go to nhvknown.com/knownpreneurs, you will also learn about the upcoming cohort number 2 that is supposed to start, I believe it's August 30th, so more information will be forthcoming. I'm losing my voice a little bit. Okay, so at this time, I would like to introduce our guest. She is Colleen Lynch. She is the Business and Outreach Librarian from the New Haven Free Public Library. Ives Squared, and she has graciously agreed to come join me so that we can talk about some of the programs or some of the platforms that are free to those who hold a New Haven Free Public Library card. So, Colleen, I'm going to let you take the floor and talk about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to the entrepreneurs. I'm so excited. I didn't know this was their graduation.
I'm so excited.
I'm so pumped. That is so awesome. Wow. I know they work hard. If any of you are watching, I hope you utilize the programs. This is one of 7, I think, that we're doing to highlight all 7. Coming up in the next few months, we're doing this once every 2 weeks. And it's basically a continuation, but with known, of our digital toolbox, where we've been trying to highlight the business and entrepreneurship and nonprofit network databases that we have and resources that we have. Some of them are remote available, but right now a lot of them you come into the library to use. And so our physical space, Ives Squared, the library's open, our normal hours. Ives Squared is open, and actually from my experience sitting the desk, it's very quiet right now. So, you know, people are still scared to go out and stuff, but we are there. We have every safety measure in place, and Ives Squared is a great place to focus on your business. It's a co-working space. It's got lots of tables, and you get to use some of these databases through us logging you in, and then you just use it for as long as you want to be there. Some of them you can get access online, but mainly we would say come in, especially because the librarians know how to use them, and we can help you and get you the answers you're looking for. And so Sem Rush is one of my favorites that we, because I'm involved in like picking which ones we keep each year, and I was like, Sem Rush, we'll keep it, because it's fantastic, the amount of information you
It's so powerful. And we had talked about this, I can't remember if it was last year or the beginning of this year. We had talked about this, and I was excited about it because I use Sem Rush actually quite a bit when I'm doing my research for the businesses that I work with, and also for prospective businesses as well. And it's so powerful and so robust. And I think when we did one of these online live streams, and we didn't even cover everything because there's just like so much possible. We could do a whole series just on Sem Rush.
Yep, it was part of the digital toolbox, and I thought Julia was the perfect person because we knew she used it all the time.
Yeah.
And, so she knew how to like take people through and be like, I'm a user of this. This is what I use this for. But we could not even get through an hour through everything. So hopefully we'll get through a lot today, and I'm excited to teach you guys about Sem Rush. So Sem Rush is a analytics website database. It basically you can track so many things with it. I'm going to take you to show you how to get on it with your library card. Well, you can't get on with your library card. That's right. You have to get it through us signing you in. So I'll show you where you can find more information on it and the digital toolbox resources. And then I'm going to share my screen and show you what it looks like and take you through the different sections. And Julia, chime in whenever.
Thank you. Yeah, this is great.
Okay, so let me click share.
So while oh, you got it. Okay, I was gonna say while you're busy sharing, I was just gonna say, I would actually probably call in like once a week and say, hey, is there an hour or two available for me to jump in? And what I was using it mostly for was keywords. It's also great for searching for content. It's also great for kind of cycling through the website and looking for areas where you can enhance your website with keywords and content, and then competitive research as well.
I was going to say, like, if you have a website or your competition has a website, Sem Rush will give you information that you cannot find anywhere else.
Yeah.
So if I click over to this, are you seeing?
Wait, you know what? Let me, oops. I have to, okay. Now I'm putting you on too. Hold on. Okay. I got this. Yay!
You're seeing the website. correct?
We're seeing the website, the New Haven Free Public Library website.
Our new fancy schmancy website, and you can see Ives Squared is the space pictured right there. And we are super excited about it. So if you haven't had a chance and you want to know about our resources, take a look. We've got a lot going on here. The way you find out about Digital Toolbox and you can find out about Ives Squared is for you. Hover over that. You've got Ives Squared, entrepreneurs and nonprofits. A lot of our offerings are the same, but some are catered to one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You click entrepreneurs. Actually, really quick, I'll show you what happens if you click Ives Squared. So it tells you a little bit about Ives Squared. We've got some awesome pictures to rotate through. And then at a glance, we have our switchboard. We've got our Tinker Lab, which is our makerspace. We've got the Exchange, which is what I'm in charge of, the business and entrepreneur section, the co-working area. We've got take and make kits. We've got consultants. We've got database creation classes, our events. We have certifications for the machines. And then we've got Digital Toolbox, which is where you're going to find also through entrepreneurs, you could find this. But basically, Digital Toolbox is highlighting what we're going to be highlighting through Gnome. So you go down, and the one we're looking for more information on is Semrush Solutions for SEO, content, social media, and competitive research. So you click more, and that's their cool logo, and it'll tell you what it is, allowing users to analyze the effectiveness of your business or nonprofit's online presence. So again, if you're online or someone is online and you want to know information, this is what you need to know. So who is it for? If you're a digital marketer, an entrepreneur, or those who want to better understand their own sites, SEO, which is search engine optimization, and SEM, which is why it's called SEMrush. This resource requires specific login information. So my access to it, I'm just going to go straight to it because I logged in.
Mm-hmm.
Now see SEMrush's page. Julia, can you see?
I see that. Yep.
You do. Okay. Just
I see it.
Go over to things. I'm like making sure. So basically, this is the main page. So what a lot of people do is they'll just go here and they'll enter their website to search their analytics. But what I want to go over is this is the SEO dashboard. I guess we had someone looking at Magnolia Bakery. Let's go to Okay, so basically, SEO, search engine optimization, is where you're going to start a lot of times here. You could do competitive research, social media, PPC, content marketing, and digital agencies, but it'll default to SEO usually. And so this is great for cleaning up your page if it's going slow, if people are getting backlinks, if something's not working, if anything's not working, and you might not be aware of something that's not working, you can and fix the issues by clicking here.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yep. So let's just do, I don't want to like use ones that we've used before. Let's go back. Let's just search I'll go over the rest of what you can find on the main page, and then we'll search a site. We can pick a site, and then I'll show you, it'll break it down for you.
All right. I just want to let you know what I'm doing now is I'm actually sharing this to some groups as well, so we have more people. And anybody who's watching, say hi to us.
Yes,
yeah. That's one of the things about broadcasting that's always kind of like weird.
I know, the webinar format, you don't get to see. So.
You don't get to see people unless they say hi. So if you have any questions, if you want to say hi.
Tell us where you found out about this. I always love that question.
Yeah.
So you can fix and find SEO issues. You can track your daily ranks for any keyword, which means if someone typed in a keyword into Google, you can see how high up you are as a return for that keyword. So we'll get into that. You can get actionable on-page SEO tips, which is vital if you don't understand SEO at an advanced level and you only understand the basics. It can tell you, hey, fix this, do this, your SEO will work better, you'll be searched better, you'll be found better if you do this, this, and this. You've got clean up your backlink profile, which is something you should be doing regularly because that means that if you link to something on your page, correct me if I'm wrong, it's on your page, right, Julia? It's if you link to something, that link is broken, correct?
Correct. It will find broken links.
It'll find any broken link from anyone else. So improve your local SEO. That's important for local businesses, of course. You want to be found, and sometimes this happens, like I was doing this with my father's businesses, and his was being found near New York, but he's in Connecticut. So it's just, Google sometimes messes things up. If you look up like medical supply companies, which is one of his companies, in Connecticut, his wasn't showing up, and we had to do a lot of SEO fixing to make sure that the local SEO he was coming up for Brookfield and those kind of searches.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, because it will tell you, where the broken links are, how you're being found, what words are being used, geographic range, and that sort of thing. It'll also give you suggestions as to how you can fix those things.
Exactly. You're not just going to be left in the lurch, it'll teach you. So this is a learning platform too, which is fantastic. So let's enter a domain, and I'll let you know sort of what we can do. Let's enter, because I feel comfortable doing this. I feel weird like calling anyone out and being like, your links are broken. We can do my website.
Okay.
I run and there's probably things broken on this. I don't do very much with it right now, but I'm planning on the future doing more with it. It's no other book like this. It's my rare and vintage book business. So I'm like a total nerd. I'm a librarian and a bookseller. So it looks like authenticity score. It'll tell you sort of like what things mean. I'm going to go US. Well, I'll keep worldwide because sometimes people do find it. So you get the overview first. So I'm not paying for any search traffic right now. This is like a hobby that used to be a full-time job and is something that I need to put more work into. But this is what you get when you type in anything. So it'll say the date. It'll say compare domains to different ones, growth report of the whole site, and then compare by country, so I can see if the US and the UK, where I'm most popular, that kind of thing. But the overview is going to show you, and if you're not sure of these terms, the authority score is their metric that they use on Semrush for basically overall SEO. So 100 is the maximum reachable. Mine is 2. So that is not good. And then you've got here, current, total for June, previous, total for May. So mine has gone, if I do these numbers, it's gone down a lot. So basically, got to work on that.
You can see what happens when, when I did one of my websites, it would come up the same way. Because if you're not doing social media pointing back to it, if you're not doing
lately I haven't been active. So that's really the only reason I'm pulling this up, is not to show you guys good numbers. It's to show you what it means. So organic search traffic is, you will find widgets related to the domain's organic traffic, keywords that a domain is ranking through Google's top 100, and keywords ranking distribution, which is important because that's how you get searched, is through keywords and how many times they're on your page and how many times someone looked up the name of your website or books and you came up under rare books, that kind of thing. So it looks like it's telling me that went up. Current is 13 from 5. Backlinks, so referring domain, backlinks, as we talked about, is anything with non-follow links, websites, etc. So it looks like there's 3. Referring domains, 2. And so this is kind of what I would expect to be seeing right now. And then display advertising, not doing any advertising. So that's sort of what happens. As you go down, organic and paid. So this is, all of mine's going to be organic. Paid is not going to have any info because I'm not doing that right now. But if you had paid advertisements, this would be an amazing resource because it shows you how people are getting there, how many people are getting there, and like sort of just organically is the perfect word for it, by itself, by their own searches, by their own traffic. And then paid is how many people clicked on an ad, how many people saw it through something you paid for. You paid for Google, you paid for Facebook, that kind of thing. So we've got 13 keywords, 11 traffic worldwide, and 100% traffic share. I guess it was not really analyzed or very low before and sort of ticked up to this number here. I didn't check it at any of these points, so doesn't mean no one went there, but
right, yeah.
I wasn't working on it. And then you can do it over 2 years, 6 months, 1 month, 1 year, all time. And organic keywords, you can figure out the top 3, 4 to 10, 11 to 20, etc. And it'll tell you when you go down, if you click, it'll say 6 notes, and they give you little notes on everything. So Semrush Center shows high activity for the US desktop database. So this is indicating a lot of changes in my rankings. So this may be a sign of Google update. So it'll tell you, if you're wondering, like, why did this peak right here? If you see a little comment, it'll tell you the note. So like right here, 7 notes, view all notes. One of them is high activity, same thing. And you go through, this is analyzing all of Google. So mine's kind of peaked a little bit lately, and I'm not sure why, because I'm working on it, but that's great. And then you can compare yourself to another company. If you have 2 websites, if you have 2 companies and you want to see which one's doing better, if you want to compare to any competitive, that's a separate section, but you can also compare by clicking compare. And you go down. I just love that this is so visual. You know what I mean? As in interactive, as you hover over it.
It's very visual, and it's very interactive. Mm-hmm. It's responsive.
It'll tell you things that you're not aware of. So King Arthur's Wood, Elizabeth Stanhope Courts is one of the most expensive books I have on my site. And so this is a specific search, which is good to see as the top. Position number 2, volume 90, traffic 100%. So people who have gone to my site have been linked there right away by searching for this. So it's not, the reason this makes sense is it's not a book that's available anywhere else. I'm one of the only sellers, if not the only seller, that has it out there right now. So if is looking for this, Google knows that that's where it lives. And so I got pretty high return with that one. I have a Leslie Ford book. I also have a Facebook. I don't know, like no other thesaurus, why that's there. Some of these won't make sense, but Winnie the Pooh 1921, I came up position 68, volume 50. And so you can go into details for these keywords to see where you're showing up. And I would highly suggest that. Because if you're showing up under random keywords that don't really make sense, then you're not showing up for who you want to see your page. Organic position distribution. So it looks like, the way to explain that would be sort of like the keywords in Google's top 100 are grouped depending on their ranking. It's kind of in the weeds, a little bit detailed, but you've got 88%, 51 to 100, and then 1 to 3 is organic positions is 1, so that probably has to do with this. So you go down, and there's even more. So main organic competitors. Basestrust.org.uk. This makes sense because they are the only other information page about this rare book. It's super, super rare. So there's really not a lot of places to find information on this artist or other places this book exists. So if someone was looking, which it looks like someone was, these are these are where they're looking for the same keywords, and the competition level is low because of these numbers. So it's like, okay, Hypatia Trust will come up under that search. It's a competitive search. People are using that website at the same rate, basically, or a different rate than they're using my website. How else would you can go into view details, trying to think. I don't want to spend too much time on any one thing. All in competitive research. So once you go into it, it'll show you on the side where you are and how to get there next time, more quickly. But basically, this is what's fun is it creates, just like from the beginning, the domain analytics, there was overviews, position changes, competitors, pages, and subdomains. So we're now on competitors. And it looks like, who's our biggest competitor? So it'll tell you number of keywords that we share, basically. So nootherbooklikethis.com is here. I have way less keywords. they are the closest, Hypatia Trust. They have the next number of keywords and the next traffic. And then as you go up, it's how many keywords and how much traffic. So like this one has a lot of keywords, little traffic, 494, or little, not little, but, and this one has 928 traffic, but it's got less keywords. So it'll just kind of show you a good place where you are in your competition. Ideally, you want to be like up here. And then organic competitors. So these will just go down. A lot of these are going to be art because the book is an art book.
Yep.
And so it looks like then they get to the bigger ones that include so many keywords that it's like they're always going to show up. Pinterest, Wikipedia, Amazon, that kind of thing. And that is where you can sort of find that information. Let's go back. I think that was the last part of where we were looking, and we can go down to.
Yeah, again, and I love how you can drill down. It provides information on everything, you know, further information and suggestions on everything.
If you want me to click into anything, let me know, because there is so much here. Like you can go into pages, and Chandler Christie is the next page that comes up from eForbes. So it just shows like the traffic is 100% on this. There's 11 people that looked at it, and then it's 0.01% here. The reason this is I actually sell mainly on Instagram, which I know sounds weird, but mainly it's people contacting me, or I post a book on Instagram and they'll DM me. So yeah. We should probably be looking at my Instagram if I'm trying to sound like a good business. But a lot of people just don't really go all the way to the website. They'll just contact me directly for more information.
Directly on Instagram. And I hear, you know what, that's funny. Just as a side note, I hear that a lot. Yeah. Where people will do business on Instagram.
It's a new thing, I'm telling you, especially with books and like more personal, like vintagey antique type of things.
Yeah.
And it takes out they can't really find it for the Instagram because it's a page of Instagram. I guess it's a subdomain. But that would show a lot more traffic, trust me. Anyway, let's go back to the dashboard.
So one of the things that I really love about this too, and I'm wondering if we can move over to it at some point, is
there's so much. So tell me where to go.
Yeah, I know. Well, I love, one of the things that I do for my clients is basically looking for content suggestions.
Yes.
So things that I can write about, things that, again, competitors are writing about, like what's trending as far as content. So that way I can, you know, either research for blogs or write for blogs. And I'm thinking, you know, gosh, if you're talking about, in this case, books and rare books and that sort of thing, it's like, you know, what's up? What would that look like?
Exactly. And for blogs, it's amazing. And so like when you say like your favorite parts of this site, the main one we had to get through was SEO, but that's a little more technical. My favorite parts are absolutely content marketing and social media and competitive research. Competitive research is also technical. Those are the two we kind of went over. But content marketing, the fact that they analyze what's going on in the world of online and what topics are trending and what, like, you can manage your editorial planning here. You can optimize your content mobily. You can analyze your brand presence, which is a strong one if you're trying to rebrand or build up your brand. Measure article performance. So if you are a journalist or you have articles or blog, that one's pretty big because you could be writing about topical events and a million other places are writing about topical events. So you want to see who's reading about this event on your page versus other pages. Assess and improve your content is where the tips are going to be. And then finding ideas if you don't have an idea and you're just strapped for content is where I would start, basically. So let's see what it looks like when we click it. So this is the content marketing platform. So let's do a topic. Let's keep with rare books. You get content ideas for rare books. So if I had a blog part of my website and I wanted to sort of know what was going on, even if I just wanted to know what was going on in the world of rare books, like what was popular,
right?
Because I want to find a book to sell. This is something that's really helpful. So rare books for sale, collecting books, rare books bar, rare books school, rare books worth money. These are sort of top overarching topics. So let's do trending subtopics first. Advanced search is just, it happens through all these websites. So they all offer advanced searches, and that's what rare book collectors do, is they're looking for a specific year, they're looking for a specific title, all that kind of thing. So it makes sense that that came up. But this is in cards, so you just search your content main thing. You go down, you can say United States or worldwide. Let's do the UK. Let's see what's going on. Actually, can you do worldwide? Right?
What's that?
I was trying to see if you could do everywhere. I guess let's stay in the US. And then search content on domain. That's where you can get even more like in the weeds. So keeping here, you can prioritize the topic. So topic efficiency, difficulty, or volume. So we're just going to stick with volume, like what is talked about most. So advanced search, let's discount that because that's just a feature of how people look for books, and it's going to have the highest volume.
Yeah.
Collecting books, rare books for sale. Rare books bar is interesting. So I want to look at that and why that one came up. So you go show more.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
Right. You're going, wait, what's rare books bar?
What is that?
Some of these make sense, and then some of them you might not know. So you go down, and it breaks it out, and it says difficulty is 19%. How would you explain difficulty?
How would I explain
difficulty percentage? That's one thing I never really understood.
Yeah, I don't know what the difficulty percentage is.
Okay, so
maybe is it, you know what I'm thinking, do you think that it's do you think it's reading, like what level,
like the obscurity of the topic maybe?
Yeah,
I think you're right.
I
think you're right too, because rare books bar, 19% obscurity, top efficiency high. So this is where it gets really exciting. So yes, it says headlines for inside rare books bar, rare books bar, all these different rare books bars. So basically we're assuming this is a bar, but then questions will show you totally different things because it's using those 3 words, but it might not be talking about that bar. So
right,
it's kind of interesting. So if we're saying like we want to talk about rare books in general or collecting books, that's a better one for content suggestions. So difficulty to talk about rare books, obscurity of the topic 35, that doesn't really matter much. I never look at that. Subtopic volume much higher than the 880, and then it'll show you the headlines, like the sites that have like 13 secrets of rare book dealers. Like these are the ones that have the most. So if you're looking for an article topic or you're researching for an article topic, this is where you want to go because this is where other people are going, is what it's showing you. So the questions is so cool. So we're at all, but let's go to how, because they break it up by the word. Like it's absolutely.
No, I am just like
absolutely
bored by this.
So how to identify a rare book? So a lot of people are looking for that. So if you know the answer to that question, which I do, I could write a whole blog post or article on this, put it out there, and I know it would get some return traffic.
Exactly.
And you can go to what are the most unusual or rare books? I would look through all of these. I mean, they're ranked, but they're all important. Like, what is a collection of books called? What are some of the best ways to catalog your collection? They're all different because, you can go to all to see all of them, but like, where can I sell antique books in Dallas, Texas? The reason Dallas, Texas came out probably was because like an event happened or something, like a literary event happened recently there or something like that. Where can I buy old books in India? So maybe that they're trending in India right now. You can go to our prices rising for rare books, which is something good to know for me, and can and what. So these are just questions people need answers to. So if you have the answer, that's perfect content. Related searches, it's got 8. So these are always good to know, they're kind of just in line with what you would think. And each little box has all that information there. So this is great for content ideas. If you go to Explorer, so that's cards. So remember that's cards. It's the first thing that's going to show you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll break it out more into, again, like more detail, like, the backlinks and the Facebook engagement and like all this kind of stuff. Book guilt is a good website for like rare books content. Advanced search, the trending, the reason is it's trending under advanced search is again because that's like how people look for books. So that one I'm going to discount. But cheap rare books, biblio.com. That's where I always send people. So it's like not really, it's like cheap rare books specifically rather than collectible, expensive rare books. So that's where you're going to find them is Biblio. Facebook engagements, about 5,000. Backlinks, so many people have linked to this page. To biblio.com. Total shares, just about the same. And it'll basically show you just kind of where to go. And, you explore from there. If you're looking for an overview, they'll break it up. They'll give you the information you just looked at, but broken up into 10. And subtopics, you can kind of go into volume, difficulty, efficiency. And then mind map makes it visual, which is one of my...
I love this so much.
It's one of my...
I'm a visual person.
I go from cards. I usually skip Explorer and Overview. I go to cards to mind map like immediately because it's just so cool and visual. So you're like, okay, rare books. Advanced search, let's again ignore that. But Rare Books website, Rare Books Seattle. Why is Seattle trending for Rare Books? You know what I mean? Rare Books PDF. People want the PDF of it. So, Rare Books in magazines, Rare Books School. People want to know how to go to school to learn about rare books, which is, they want to know if their rare books are worth money. Rare Books, where to find them in NYC, Las Vegas. So you're finding these places and these websites that Chicago, that rare books are a hot topic. And then you go to headlines. This is where you're finding some headlines that you could look at. You can click them and it'll go tell you like audience 128 backlinks. So you can get like information on that. Mm-hmm. But questions come down here too. So if you're a visual and related searches, so it's just different ways to look at the same information. But if you're a visual learner or searcher, let's find one that has like a really crazy mind map. What's a good?
I know I'm like searching my head for
a good mind map.
Topics. What about? Well, let's do. Let's see what they have to say about BIPOC entrepreneurs.
Of what?
BIPOC entrepreneurs.
BIPOC, is that what you said?
BIPOC, BIPOC.
Oh, BIPOC. I thought you were saying BIPOC entrepreneurs, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? All right, let's see. Yeah, this could be.
I feel like it's doing a lot of collecting.
Yeah, this could be really interesting. I'm excited because this is just a basic topic, and you're thinking, okay, what's going on? You've got the red ones are the trending ones. It's still loading on the side, but let's look at the trending ones. You've got Black-owned business, United States, number of Black, BIPOC business owners, virtual panel. It says access to capital, which is always important.
Oh, that's always a thing.
Always an important one. Cash grants, communities of color, grant programs, minority-owned businesses, 10,000 grant, private sector, long-term, diversity, inclusion, small business. And then if you look at the blue, you've got a little bit more, supports Black, BIPOC owned. These aren't as trending red hot, but they're still showing up. So you've got entrepreneurs of color.
There's a lot going on, yeah.
Yep. Comcast Rise, not really sure. So if you're not really sure like what's going on with these topics, you can click them.
Click on the
and it'll tell you more headlines about that one topic. So
yeah, so I've been reading a lot that these larger corporations are putting together, they're putting together their own learning and cohorts and that sort of thing.
Apple was doing one too. I've been looking into them recently, yeah. And so Comcast Rise is one of these.
It's one of them.
Yeah. And then it'll say related searches. So if you're more interested in that, you can go that way. You can go to, let's go to one of the red terms. Access to capital, BIPOC business owners.
And I know we're delving into one very specific topic,
Important one.
It is an important one, and I think if we pull back a little bit and generally, like as far as the tool, the way that this is just one area.
You can search any word,
and you can
search any
word. Spend like 3 hours on this.
You can spend years on this. I have like my days on this, so like searching for things for people. So then, okay, so this is topic research. You can get even more into this. So you can make a template. This is how it works. You enter keywords that you want to target. They analyze Google's top 10 rankings, and then you receive recommendations. So again, this is how they teach you and give you information. It's almost like a virtual assistant, sort of, where it's like, chat with us, ask us a question. And they're actually like holding your hand through this because they want to help you. They're not just presenting you with information that you then need to use. You can go to the writing assistant, like I was just talking about. Get recommendations, and you can get add-ons. You can sort of, I don't know what Impact Hero is, but Open and Sem Rush, Bridal Jeopardy. I guess these are what other people have searched. Already connected templates, yeah. So you get a writing assistant once you create a template. And then you can go to brand monitoring like we talked about. So this is content as well. So let's enter a brand. What's a good local brand?
Oh my goodness. I'm in trouble now.
There's so many. New Haven is so like, oh, there's so many. Let's do Claire's Cornucopia.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Claire's Cornucopia.
I live next to there. So
she's been around for like, what, 35, 36 years? She just had like a very, very...
I have to find the website. Hold on one second. Claire's Cornucopia. Yeah, they've been here since the 70s, I think. So it's just Claire's Cornucopia. Okay. Claire's Cornucopia. For those who don't know, this is a vegan and vegetarian all. No, you know what? We've reached the limit. Okay, so to do this, if you are looking into brand monitoring, you would have to contact a librarian. But it's a very cool tool. So if you are looking for your own brand and you want to see how you're doing, we have like a monthly limit of like 3 or something, but we give it out based on if you contact me, we can like work around this and try and get you into it. But yeah, this is pretty, what should our next be? Like lead generation, we have projects, there's lots of different things you can do.
Right, and we're already...
We're almost done.
We're in 45 minutes in.
Really quick. Do you want to do social media quickly?
Let's do social media really quickly, and then we'll do a little wrap up.
We'll do a wrap up. Okay, because social media, this is what gets me excited. I'm a social media chair at the library. So you can click get started, but this is basically, you can schedule your posts. This is sort of not something we suggest you use because you would have to set up like an account. Again, we have like a limit on accounts, but you can get insights based on your Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's kind of showing you here what it'll look like. You can track competitors, again, without going into competition. If you are looking specifically for social media competitors, like you're an influencer and you're looking for other influencers, that kind of thing. This also is available for all of these. So it includes Pinterest and Twitter, which the other one didn't. And then create ads is in beta, so that's different. But basically, poster, tracker, and ads. We're going to go to tracker.
Again, each one of these topics are so in depth.
It's crazy what they offer you. We at least reached the number of projects. Okay, so basically, you would have to contact me to get into this. Social media, it's going to be showing up under content, under advertising, under local SEO and SEO. But if you're looking to drill down just on social media, feel free to contact me. I'll put my contact information and we can get you, or just come into the library because you're going to have to come into the library to use this anyway. So one of the librarians can help you when there to access these parts if you get restricted access at the time. Let's see. So we did keywords, we did market analysis, we didn't really go into local, but it's kind of the same as SEO. It just kind of drills it down to local.
Drills it down to where, your actual local.
And then on-page and tech SEO, this is for people who are looking for really sort of and rank tracking. People are looking for reports. Like if you really want to audit your site overall and make sure that like the links are working and all this kind of stuff's going on, you would go into the audit section. So we could just do. Well, I would have to add new projects, so we don't have time for that. Let's go back to the main page and go over what we went over already.
Yeah, because I do want to just do a quick overview again, and then just let everybody know really quickly how they can get to this. And again, if you are a business owner, nonprofit, if you have a website for any reason at all, this tool, and this is the other thing too, the free version of this tool gives you a lot of, or being able to use this for free, it gives you a lot of information, just a lot of information. And then I know I pay a monthly fee. I think it's like $129 or something like that, but I'm like running quite a few websites.
Yeah, understandable. You want to be able to do it at home and not have to come to the library every time. I get that.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like there's the sites that I run through and I keep on my. But even though I have a paid account, I've come to the library to just like do checks on things.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have any questions about it, I mean, you can email, you can call. A librarian in Ives Squared should know how to get you in touch with someone that knows how to log you in, how to get you these different things. If you feel like you aren't finding what you're looking for, they can take you through it. And that's why I'm going to go back to StreamYard and unshare. That's why it's just so powerful to use the library's resources. It's not just something that you get for free with your library card. Like some of these things you can get like, oh, access for free with my library card. That's great. But that's not the benefit of it. The benefit is getting help and using it in the library and using it in
being able to ask, ask questions. Somebody who's knowledgeable. Sometimes we need a little bit more hand holding. And I know that, again, I know that the library works with entrepreneurs and has an entrepreneur in residence and a creative in residence as well. You're there, other librarians who know how to use those tools, and having that available to you is so very important. And I know with our program as well, with the Knownpreneur program, one of the big things, and I know I've talked to you a little bit about this, is that we really want to have resources available, because I know when I started my business, I had a lot of questions, and this is just like one area, it's like
we have books too. We have
books
that I buy for you guys about buying a business, about SEO and marketing your business. I have this book, not with me, but it's called The Little Brand Book, and it's like the most amazing book. You get to define your brand by taking this quiz, and then they give you tips for that kind of style of brand. Like, there are just books on everything that we've got in our collection. I would say come browse our collection, go to one of our computers, and ask a librarian to log you into Semrush and play around. And
for our known co-working friends, you're just a walk away. You're 2 blocks away. Great.
We're neighbors.
We are neighbors, and I love that too. I love the fact that we're neighbors, and I get to walk over, and you have a nice in Ives Square, there's like a nice sitting area there. There's computers there. The patio is there, which I also love. So yeah.
Days like this, because we're a cooling center also. So if you are if you have a fan and you do not have a any kind of AC, we're a cooling center. We are freezing. So you can come in and sit in Ives Squared and do your work and be freezing all day, and then walk out. And you will have to deal with the heat when we close.
Yeah, today that's definitely a selling point. What would you like to do today? I would actually like to freeze. I would love that.
I have coworkers that brought cardigans in the other day, and I'm like, you look like a crazy person wearing a cardigan right now because it's 95 degrees outside. But yeah, we are a center for cooling in the city, so it's definitely a good place for people to go on a hot day.
That's wonderful. I would like to thank you so much for coming on for this hour and talking about Sem Rush with me and talking about how the library and librarians and the space itself is such a resource. I don't think people realize, for businesses and for nonprofits, and I really wanted to put that out there, especially since I think over the past year, people have been like very introspective, very creative, very innovative about what they want to do. And I think being able to have the resources available in order to help push you along is so very important. So
partnerships. I mean, we have partnerships with SCORE, with CEDF. We've got lots of ways that if you are looking for funding, if you're looking for marketing help, if you're looking for anything, we've got either a database or someone we can send you to or someone that can sit down with you. We have our new EIR call is going out, so we don't have an EIR at the moment, but I'm there, and we have other Ives Squared people that can answer your questions. And we're just always there to help. Small business is a huge part of the community of New Haven, and so is creativity. So we have Ives Squared, we have the Makerspace and the Tinker Lab, and we have the Exchange and the Cohort for business. So we're trying to reach both communities, and a lot of times they're both the same person because you have to be really creative to be an entrepreneur. So if you haven't stopped in, just stop in and talk to us, and we'll tell you what we've got for you.
Yay! Okay, and then also next week, next Tuesday, I'm actually taking that particular Tuesday off, but I believe the week after, I'm like running through my head, I think it's July 13th.
July 13th, yes.
Yeah, okay, and we'll be talking about yet another tool in the digital toolbox, and I forgot to put this in my notes, what it was. Was it the Gale?
You know what? It was Gale Business Plan Builder, which
okay.
I love the Gale Business Plan Builder. So, I've had experience with it, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so join us again on July 13th. We're going to be talking about the Gale Business Plan Builder. I don't know as much about it, so this is going to be a learning experience for me as well. And again, this is something that is for all entrepreneurs. We are going to also be talking about from the perspective of, Juan came on to say thanks, Colleen, for sharing the resources of the New Haven Free Public Library for our member entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Juan.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, I'm super excited. I'm also excited later in the day. We are actually going to be officially graduating our first cohort of
This is so exciting. I've known Julia before this was even a thing, and I know Sammy because she was our EIR before. So I've known you guys for years, and this program is a good idea, and I've been so excited about it since you started it, and so that is fantastic. Congratulations, everyone that's been a part of it.
Yeah. So yes, we'll be posting a little bit of that as well. We're starting our next cohort August 30th, and again, to have the library resources available to our entrepreneurs and to everybody in the city, we're just like so very grateful for that. So with that, I'm going to close out this episode. Okay. And everybody have a great day. Stay cool, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. So July 13th.
July 13th. Bye, everyone.